What is going on, guys? This your boy Tanveer Syed, the Bengal Dragon. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, TanTiger1, hit that bell notification button. Today, I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna talk about the Sri Lanka versus um, Sri Lanka versus Australia match, and I'm gonna just briefly go over the scorecard of the Afghanistan versus South Africa match because the Afghanistan South Africa match there was nothing to talk about. Like in terms of the significance of the match or whatnot, there was nothing to talk about. Afghanistan set a total of 125 or something, and and South Africa got that. Yes, there were some delays in the range. The third 9 for 0, and then super collapse and whatnot. Yeah, the honeymoon period with Afghanistan is over. It's over. Mohammad Shahzad, he can cry all he wants. It's not gonna change anything. Okay, but the Sri Lanka Australia match. First of all, the Sri Lankan bowlers did not bowl properly enough. They decided to bowl first, but they can complain all they want. Oh, we get green pitches and whatnot. Yeah, no one else gets green pitches. No one else gets deceptive green pitches, do they? Like no one else, do they? Do they? Do other teams get deceptive green pitches? Okay. So in that regard, I will agree with Brendan McCullum. They need to clear out all that noise. And Sri Lanka coming in, Sri Lanka coming in. Okay, I believe their captain or someone who said no one expects them to win, so they're just gonna play and give it their best. So even they don't expect to win this tournament. Like okay, the welcome mat team like Afghanistan, unfortunately, because I expected Afghanistan to at least put up a better fight, not like what they've been doing so far. But yeah, welcome mat team. I think the Sri Lanka Afghanistan match just the Sri Lankan welcome mat was big enough to be placed over the Afghanistan welcome mat. Okay, there's only so much Malinga can do. Aaron Finch was actually batting pretty well. To give you a good example, look at the straight drives and the on drives, and even one or two of the off drives Aaron Finch played, towards the beginning of the innings, or towards the beginning of his 153. You'll see exactly what I mean. Sri Lanka, for the most part, with their bowling, especially Nuwan Pradeep, man. Yeah, that one match you got something, but after that, just can't fire. Did not impress me at all. Okay, Dhananjay De Silva tried. There's only so much he can do. Okay, but I would like, there's only so much Lasim Malinga can do. But I would like to mention one person's name. Isuru Udana. Unfortunately, I checked his profile. His profile's not that good, but he just started his career and he's 31 years old. Has not played a single test match yet. So just he's this was, I believe, his ninth match, and he's 31 years old. That guy was actually beating the bat quite often, and that guy was actually troubling the Australian batsman with some of his shorter pitch deliveries. Something that I think some of the other bowlers tried, the Sri Lankan bowlers tried, but they could not trouble the Australian batsman. And you saw Isuru Udana was actually trying things. He tried coming around the wicket, he tried using the width of the crease and whatnot. So I was impressed with that, but unfortunately, like I said, fast bowlers generally 31, 32, maybe 33. After that they start going down. So unfortunately, Sri Lanka could not get him sooner. But yeah, if those numbers are right, which I also have another doubt, like about another person. If those numbers are right, then yeah, well, I don't think he's gonna stick around for too long. Like just speaking in terms of trends. But speaking of people looking deceptively old, please take a look at Dimut Karunaratne and tell me he looks 31 years old. Please take a look at him. I'm not telling you to take a look at me and like compare do a comparison because that is not fair. Okay, that is not fair. This I have been told by almost each and every person I have met. I do I do not look remotely close to 31 years old. Okay, I'm gonna turn 32 in about less than 3 months. Okay, I do not look remotely as old. But I think it's a psychological thing as well. Like psychologically, physically, like I haven't even hit my peak yet. But anyways, even just for a regular 31 years old, Dimut Karunaratne, you can see the tendons in his face. You like this is a feature of a person who's not only who's old but who's malnourished. I'm like I saw it in the toss interviews. I'm like, wow, Dimul Karuna Ratna looks almost as old as Mel Jones. But anyways, Sri Lanka actually allowed Australia. I would say allowed less than 100% Australia or allowed a confused Australian batting lineup. Why is Alex Carey batting so low down the order? Listen, get the message. Usman Khawaja is not ready. Usman Khawaja should not play in this 11. Just get the message. Play Alex Carey at number 3. Every time I've seen him, he looks like the type of batsman if you give him time. If you give him time, he will deliver big for you. I wouldn't say move Steven Smith up to number 3 because Steven Smith, I think he's a proper middle order batsman. He's not someone who can also be an opener. Because number 3 has to be someone who can also be an opener. Okay. The Sri Lankan bowling. No, sorry. Yeah, I spoke of the Sri Lankan bowling. I'm sorry. Nuwan Pradeep, he went for I think like 80 odd runs without a wicket and whatnot. Udana went for less than 6 runs and over and actually picked up 2 wickets. So good for him. Okay, and yeah, Nathan Kootenal did not play this game. Birkendorf or some some name that kind of sounds a little German played. Okay, now Sri Lanka's batting. They're set at a total of 334. Holy, listen, man. I started to reminisce about the great Sana Jayasuriya, man. And if you don't know, I was a Sana Jayasuriya fan. I'm like, man, this is a badass batsman. Especially his cuts, uppercuts, okay, and his lift shots, his flick shots over leg side for 6. They used to look like effortless and badass. I'm like, man, it sort of gave me memories of like why in the late 90s, early 2000s, even mid 2000s, I was a fan of Sri Lankan cricket, man. Man, like I would folks, you don't understand that era. If you have not seen cricket at that era, you had people like Sanat Jayasuriya, Saeed Anwar, Okay, great opener, Sanat Jayasuriya, Saeed Anwar, and like great middle order batsman as well. I wouldn't like Brian Lara. You had all these classy stroke makers all at the same time. You know about Australia. Everyone knows about Australia. Like you had the War Brothers and whatnot, but especially in like India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, at that time you had some legit, like even like a Ganguly, some of some of the innings he's played. Okay, sorry, I digress a lot, but Sri Lanka started very well. I think after 10 overs they're like 80 something for 0, and they were like 106 for 0, and then the collapse began. Dimmu Karunaratne, he got out. Kushal Pereira, he got out. Angelo Matthews, he got out. Like Dimut Karunaratne, unfortunately he got out for 97, but it started with Kushal Pereira getting bowled. Okay, and then like it just kept falling and falling and falling and falling. And I believe Sri Lanka at the end ended up losing by 87 runs. In the middle, they had a chance because in that first power play, or until they got to 106 for 0, the even their Australian body language was looking a little circumspect, was looking a little doubtful. They were starting to feel the pressure. But what happened? They fought back and just delivered a little bit of counter pressure, under which Sri Lanka collapsed completely. Folks, this target was chaseable. This target was very, very chaseable. So I don't know what happened to Sri Lanka, man. Chandika Hathurasinghe, yeah, after jumping ship to Sri Lankan cricket, I don't know what the hell he is doing, but consider this. Apparently, Shakib Al Hassan, he wanted to bat number three for a good amount of time. The word going around is that Chandika Hathurasinghe was the one who did not want him to bat at number three. Chandika Hathurasinghe wanted him to bat lower than number three. Once Chandika Hathurasinghe went, after a few matches, Shakib started batting number three, and the results are all in front of you. Shakib's back to being on the top of the world. So this sort of tells me that uh, perhaps Chandik Singha's coaching methods are a bit outdated. It's not lockstep with the modern thinking of what works in cricket. Okay, so Australia, they still have a lot of things to work on because it, it seems like they're just about there. They're just about you know being like undisputed champions, like playing like world champions, but something's missing. Even David Warner, he doesn't look that flamboyant anymore. Something's missing. All right, so that does it for the Sri Lanka versus Australia match. Let's just quickly pick up the scorecard of the Afghanistan South Africa match. Just a moment. Sorry, I still use Internet Explorer, so it takes a little while to load. And yes, yes, I know it's Microsoft Edge. Yeah, yeah, Microsoft Edge is still not compatible with Zoom Text. Well, I don't have Zoom Text Fusion. I still have Zoom Text 10.1. So yeah, but I'm planning to get all. I'm planning to get. I'm planning to get system upgrades soon. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired for some reason. Maybe it's because of work plus gym and like I'm getting back to the gym routine maybe. Okay, that's not the scorecard. That's the scorecard. Okay. All right. So uh, there was a couple of rain breaks. So Afghanistan scored 125 all out, and South Africa were 131 for one, and the match was reduced to 43 overs. So 28.4 of 43 overs, and the target was actually 127. Considering for the Duckworth, Lewis, and Stern method. Okay, for Afghanistan, Zazai, 22. Mm, Noor Zadran, 32, and unfortunately, the next person with a double-digit score was Rashid Khan, uh, 35, who was the highest scorer of the match of 25 balls with six fours, and everyone else one digit. Okay. In terms of bowling, Rabada got a wicket. I thought someone else opened the bowling. Who's this? Hendricks? I guess he's the stain replacement. Um, did not get a wicket, I believe. Yep. Okay. Pehlakoya got two. Morris got three, and Tahir got four. Well, good for Tahir. And as for South Africa, on hold on, only QDK got out. He got out somewhere towards the end for 68, I believe. Amla 41 not out, and Pellico 17 not out. I actually saw like some part of the end of the match. He actually finished the game with a six. And as for what you call Afghanistan's bowling, I believe the only person who got a wicket da, 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 was Gulbuddin Naib. Whoop de doo. Yeah, Muhammad Nabi hit the last six. Okay, man of the match. I would, you know what, just for completion's sake, I'm pretty sure Imran Tahir. Yep, Imran Tahir. Okay, there was nothing to talk about in that match. All I'll have to say is hopefully, South Africa can get back to winning ways. And to be honest with you, some say that the uh, honeymoon period honeymoon period for Afghanistan is over. I would say uh, Afghanistan has now gotten a reality check because once teams around the world start to get familiar with you, you will have to step up your game. You cannot do the same thing and expect to win and surprise all the time. You have to step up your game right now if you have to get more success. Right, that's about it. That's all the cricket matches that happened today. I'm kind of stoked for tomorrow's India versus Pakistan match. I will try my best to return with best cricket reviews, both long and short version. So please, if you don't want to miss that, hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification button. And I will also try my best to have a mid-match reaction or a mid-innings reaction. No, actually it's a mid-match reaction because it's between innings. Alright, that's about it, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.